gang members are openly selling fake IDs, green cards, social security cards to the newcomers on New York City streets as officials warn of danger. The officials are going, we have concerns. Huh, you think? Let's get into it. Here we go. Check out this video of this dude selling a fake.
Parce, ¿cuánto pasan los IDs?
El social por el ID es 80.
¿Cuánto?
80.
¿80 por los dos?
El social del ID.
¿Y cuánto tiempo te demoras para hacerlo?
Una hora.
Oh.
Es para mí.
¿Es para ti?
Yeah.
Él es de Canadá.
Canadá.
Yeah. It's a social.
El green card.
Yeah.
Gotcha. ¿Tienes cómo te ve?
What you looking for? You speak English, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what you looking for?
Yeah. Green.
What you looking for? I got it. I got what you need.
That helps you to work too.
Yeah.
El social.
And you can do social too.
Yeah.
Okay.
¿Y qué necesitas para hacer? ¿La foto que te traiga?
I can take a pic. Look, I need your name.
Yeah.
Your whole name.
Yeah. Do I need to bring a picture?
I can take a picture.
Gotcha. All right. Let me think about it. All right. Cool. Thanks, man.
Just as easy as that, right? Just as easy as that. Now, I bought a fake ID when I was a kid, right? Went into a store, I said ID, I think I was 17. Back then you could buy booze at 18. It's great. Until they switched it up sometime, I think, in between I turned 18 and 21. But, fake ID wasn't that big of a deal. But like fake passport, fake driver's license, because I'm talking about like state IDs. That looks roughly correct. You used to be able to get in a bar with one of those. But we are talking people literally coming into the United States, buying a fake social security card, buying a fake work permit, and running with that. I mean, what could possibly go wrong there? So we are taking an already existing industry that's been around for years. People, I don't really want them to know my identification. I really don't want them to know about all my outstanding warrants. Therefore, I'm going to go do this. But now you've got literally thousands and thousands of people, hundreds of thousands of people in the United States that need this, that are willing to cut a corner. And, who I don't really blame them. I blame the leadership of these sanctuary cities who said, come on in, just come on in. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. You can't work. Because, you don't have your thing. And, so you just got to hang out and, you just got to take your time. We got to work you through the system. And these people don't have the ability to support themselves, and they don't necessarily want to be, behooven to, just hanging around doing nothing. So, hey, I'll get you a fake. Go work. Criminals with ties to MS-13 and other gangs are selling fake green cards and social security cards to migrants on street corners in Queens, a dangerous security threat as rogue newcomers pour into the Big Apple. This is just one more thing that's going on. It's just one more thing, right? One more thing that's happening. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? We're virtue signaling that sanctuary cities unite forever and ever. Well, they have so much of this ridiculousness happen. This week, the Post spotted at least 10 men camped out in broad daylight at 4 different corners along Roosevelt Avenue in Queens, hawking the bogus documents for $80 to $250. If you go to an employer and they're not super, worked up about seeing your credentials, they just, want a quick, hey, yeah, show that to me. If they're not going to do any background check, if they're not going to call your previous employers, this might be a perfect solution. I mean, logistically, this might be a perfect solution, but it is illegal. And if you get busted, it's going to set you back from the standpoint of, coming into the United States and asking to immigrate here. That might be held against you if you're coming in and you're creating and, doing an illegal act like this. But there is so much of this going on, guaranteed, because you've brought all these people in that can't work. And so they need IDs to, we all need IDs to be able to do stuff. And these folks come in, they dump it all at the border, right? You see so many instances of IDs and paperwork, and passports, and all this stuff. Leave it at the border. So that way, Border Protection doesn't know who you are. Just come on in and do your thing, and hopefully you'll be able to stick and, become a citizen someday. The forged social security numbers can be used to open up a bank account and potentially obtain a real driver's license. So that is kind of the start of the stepping stone here. So, and if you look at this one here, that's not a bad looking ID. You know what I mean? You probably get a job with that, probably do whatever you need. Social Security, your original Social Security, those are pretty easy to make fakes of because there's just not a lot to them. Permanent resident cards, also known as green cards, give immigrants the lawful right to live and work in the United States. Many migrants buy the forgeries to land jobs where employers do not look too carefully at documentation, but others can have much darker intentions. Armed with such an ID, a person could load up a truck with bombs and bring it underneath the Holland Tunnel and create something major and disastrous, warned Bruce Folkart, a former special agent in charge of Homeland Security in New England. Yeah, but they could also do that without a fake, right? I mean, you know what I mean? There's so many different ways that this can get spun. For someone that wants to do terrorist activity or a national security threat, it's easy to establish the second life within the U.S., said Folkart. I guarantee right now we're just waiting for another 9/11. You know what? And that's what a lot of folks are saying is you've got something akin. I mean, Elon Musk just said that the other day, right? He's like, you got something happening. It's going to be greater than 9/11. You've got something in the works. That's what so many folks are saying. On Wednesday, along Roosevelt between 82nd and 103rd Streets, stretching from Jackson Heights to Amherst and Corona, the Post observed, all right, this guy, he's doing. They observed 5 hooded men gathered outside the La Galta Golosa bakery, whispering social to passerby and chatting up Spanish-speaking clients near a massage parlor, as you do. One offered a Post reporter pristine permanent residency and Social Security cards for $80. They work, the shady salesman assured, showing an example of the forged documents on his phone. I need your name, your whole name, your age. I can take your picture. Pretty basic. With technology now, it's just not that hard to recreate something that'll, pass the first, glance muster. So some of the group's members darted from the corner into an 82nd Street stairwell below the Madeline Salon, customers in tow. They're going to go down there. They're going to take the picture. They're going to make it. The cash handoffs and document pickups take place behind a glass door, according to one observer. And they've got a whole system for it because thousands of people are getting caught up in this racket because they can circumvent the system. Another fake ID peddler sitting in a chair outside of an insurance office between 102nd and 103rd offered fake green card for $180 and the Social Security card for $70. He said many people purchased the fakes, but declined to specify how many he sold. Thousands. It's got to be in the thousands. Why wouldn't it be? One black market seller brought a reporter into a stairwell beneath a barbershop where he asked the scribe to enter his name, get your name, age, country of origin into a phone. The salesman initially asked for $200 for a green card and Social Security card, but the price was negotiated down to $80. The Post didn't buy the cards. That's probably a good call, New York Post. That's probably good. Another fake document peddler was captured on video sitting on a chair on the sidewalk under the elevated train tracks. I mean, if you're going to do illegal activity, you might as well kick back and enjoy yourself while you're doing it, right? Got a recliner chair. That's me selling cards. So the Roosevelt Avenue sellers, they're affiliated with the 18th Street Gang and with the ruthless MS-13, a high-ranking police source said. But both gangs originated in LA and are rivals known for violence and drug dealing, but also selling fake IDs. 18th Street Gang, MS-13. I mean, it's illegal stuff. Why wouldn't they be involved with this? And this is just one piece of the puzzle when you've brought in millions of people into the country. Statistically, probably the vast majority of these folks are going to wait to get their actual driver's license, their actual green card, their actual work permit, right? Vast majority. But when you bring in millions of people into the country, even a small percentage of that ends up being a huge amount of humanity running around with fakes. That's bottom line, right? That's another byproduct. How about, let's talk about this for a second. Need to remember where I'm left off. Maybe you want to reconsider your uninsured motorist coverage. Some of these folks do not have a driver's license. Yet they're driving vehicles. Yeah. Is anybody in insurance? Do we know the stats? Do we know what the numbers are like for are accidents happening with somebody who's an uninsured motorist because they don't have a driver's license? They can't get insurance. What do those numbers look like? They can't be trending down, right? It's a big business, the source said. The transnational criminal organizations running the mills also have helped smuggle in migrants, creating a one-stop shop for undocumented newcomers, Bogarts noted. Bring them in. You don't have a work visa? Hey, we'll get you one. We'll set you up. Don't have money to pay for it? We'll throw it on your tab. We'll have your wife, your cute girlfriend. She'll work it off for us. We know she will. Roosevelt Avenue has long been known to investigators as the East Coast epicenter for fake IDs. The area has also been a hotbed of prostitution. There we go. The Post recently exposing the open-air market of sweethearts. I need to check that one out. That sounds like a good podcast topic. The market of sweethearts. Ugh. Yeah, right? What was it? Andrea Suarez, and I think maybe it was her sidekick, Tim, was saying, talking about a prostitute that works the homeless encampments. They turn tricks up on Highway 99, and then they come back down to kind of the Queen Anne area of Seattle and do their drugs. But there's one gal that's a prostitute that is fairly well known apparently, and she's known as everybody's girlfriend. That term stuck with me. Everybody's girlfriend. Ugh. Yeah, not, if you're a woman, not your position in life that you aspire to. I'm everybody's girlfriend. Look at me go. Just getting railed on the regular. Area residents and workers are outraged by the fake ID mills in their midst. They're doing social security number and nobody says SHIT. Next time it'll be weapons and passports, says Z Omar 24. Well, okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe. That stuff's going on too, right? I mean, there's a market for everything. But right now, there's an even bigger market for fake IDs because you've let so many people into the country and they can't work until they get their permits. And sometimes that takes months. So, problem solved. Problem created as well. Everyone can do what they want now. Well, yeah, but not legally. And that's the thing. None of this is legal. You're supposed to have a system. You're not necessarily supposed to come into the United States and, well, even though you can't work and you don't have any idea and we don't know who the F you are, go ahead, we'll just cut you loose, mass parole, the way it's not supposed to be used. And that's one of the things that I think Biden, he will ratchet down on that one term there. The influx of nearly 180,000 migrants to the city since the spring of 2022 has created a higher demand for the cards. We have concern. There is slightly higher demand. People from other boroughs are coming specifically to this area to get the IDs. All the new migrants are coming here, one local said. Ray Fenoff, associate professor at the Department of Criminal Justice at Citadel, South Carolina, said the fake documents give migrants access to a slew of services otherwise impossible without government identification. They're set. They've got what they need. They paid $80 for it. It's crazy, right? Crazy. Once people have these fake cards, they can work, they can travel, they can access a lot of aspects and services in the United States, he said. There are people getting these cards that are not just here to get a job, but they have other intentions, and this helps them carry out criminal activity. We're not saying all of them are criminals, but percentage-wise, absolutely. You run the numbers on how many, what was it, 180,000 migrants to the city since 2022. You're going to have a certain percentage that are bad hombres, right? I mean, that's just math. There are people, so those social security cards are fake, but the numbers are real. So U.S. citizens can be affected, he said. If I'm using a social security number that's of another person, and then I'm committing crimes and I'm doing these other in their name, you potentially have warrants out there for innocent people's arrest because you don't really know who this person was, he said, citing a case he handled of a Denver woman whose ID was stolen or made up because they're just making these numbers up. Oh, yeah. And that's actually a number of a real dude who, is just living his life, living his dream of a life. And then all of a sudden gets pulled over. And, one thing leads to another. Hey, by the way, you're wanted for murder in upstate New York. What? No, that's not me. Fake ID. Uh-huh. Come on now, buddy. Let's go. We got to go. Got a judge you got to talk to. Rogue migrants can also use the fake documents to avoid developing a criminal record under their real name. So much of this stuff, just shenanigans, right? We've got shenanigans going on. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. If they've never been fingerprinted before under their fake name, they can get arrested 5, 6, 7, 8 times, and they themselves would never have a record. Criminal system is just hopeless, isn't it? So on top of bringing all these people in, they can commit all kinds of crimes. Who knows? Who's going to be the smarter? Who's going to be the wiser? With fake IDs, they become a ghost. So they become more emboldened and more willing to break the law and potentially do something that's really serious. Serious shenanigans. That's what you got. And everybody knew this going in. But nobody wants to talk about that reality. Hey, you bring 160,000 people in, guess what? Certain percentage of those, yeah, they're gonna have shenanigans in their background, or they're doing shenanigans right now. One of those two options, right? Illegal immigrant Diego Ibarra, the brother of Jose Ibarra, who is accused of killing nursing student Laken Riley at the University of Georgia, is in federal custody in a case involving alleged possession of a fake green card, which he used to get work at the school. There you go. That's probably the most famous case that's happening out there right now, right? So people are using these for illicit activities. And why else would you get a fake unless you're intending to use it? You don't buy a fake and just put it in my pocket. And maybe sometime, somebody randomly asks me for ID. I'll just whip it out and here you go. Here you go. Yeah. They've got a purpose. They've got a goal. They're trying to accomplish something. Diego has been linked to a brutal Venezuelan gang. In New York, the charge for making fake IDs is criminal possession of a forged instrument, a felony punishable by up to 7 years in prison. The New York Police Department said it's looking into all potential lawbreaking on the Strip. New York Police Department will continue to address conditions on Roosevelt Avenue. New York Police Department spokesperson said, it's impossible to say how many of these fake cards are in circulation or the value for the black market of forged documents, although Cutter estimated that there are likely tens of thousands of fake green and Social Security cards in use in just New York City. I feel safer already. But the production and sale of the forged documents is increasing in New York City, and the spike in migrants, Benoff noted. As opportunities for the fraud increase and the demand increases, then the market always follows. Capitalism at its best, right? Hey, score you a fake. Score you a fake card, $70, $80. So this is just one more of those things coming down the pike, having to do with bringing in literally millions of newcomers, hundreds of thousands in short time periods, like 302,034 across the southern border in the month of December 2023 alone. You start bringing in that many people and they can't work because they got to wait. You're going to have a bunch of them go, F that. I'm just going to go to the guy in Roosevelt, get myself a card, and I'm going to get working. And then when my real card comes in, well, I'll quit that job and I'll work it out. That ghost person that I created there, you can always resurrect them. It's the whole concept around we're not vetting these people up front. They're not coming into the country when they can actually work. when they've got a green card. The whole system is just backwards. We're doing mass parole when we shouldn't be. All of these things are just, sequentially not working the way they should. And as a result, you've got players that are popping up that are saying, hey, we'll swoop right in and we'll fill this need. Because these criminals, they're like drug dealers. There's a demand. They're going to supply it. They're going to make some pretty darn good money. How long does it take to make a fake? Probably not that hard, especially with, photography and Photoshop and all that other good stuff. Put it on the right type of paper. You're golden. First glance, somebody looks at it. Yeah, you want a job washing dishes? You bet. Give me a copy of your driver's license, copy of your whatever it is. Take a copy of that, give it to them. Doesn't know it's fake. No harm, no foul, right? We got that happening thousands and thousands and thousands of times right now in the United States because it's blow and go time. Because these folks, they want to work, and yet they don't have the legal ability to. So certain percentage are going to cut that corner. Here you go. Here's your sign. All right, that's it for me on this one. If you found that entertaining, I would love to have you as a subscriber if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We're dropping 2 videos Monday through Friday, and then we're dropping another one on Saturday and one on Sunday. I'd love to have you join. We're also consistently trying to live stream, typically my time, about 11 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you want to check out a live stream, hit that. You can hit the 9 a.m. premiere. Every morning at 9, we premiere a video, and I'm typically on that premiere. So there's a live chat. You can hang out with me and look at that if you want to. All right, that's it for me on this one. Thanks again for being here. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.